hands, uninvited, just walking in and trying to find dirt in something that might have been innocent and beautiful and pure. And doctors, you sit up there and you know, if you give somebody anything like a psychiatric medication and then you turn around and give them pain pills, you know that equals death. You know it, but you do it anyway. Why? I guess you were jealous of Michael Jackson. You didn't like his success. You didn't want him to be on top of the world. Or were you upset because he made so much money? Is that why you did what you did to the poor guy? You're giving him all these drugs combined together, which causes death. You did the same to my daughter. That was growing inside of me. I said, no, I don't want to take any more of those pills. Those pills causes retardation in mice. Those pills cause heart attacks, strokes, irregular heartbeats, high blood pressure, hypertension. And then I say, oh, I don't want to take it. And then the doctor writes a letter to CPS or calls up and says, oh, she's putting her child in danger because she doesn't want to take a pill that causes her to have diarrhea, that causes her to throw up. That's what you did to me, Swedish hospital. And I wonder how many people you have done this to. And I'm pretty sure if somebody was in a gang, the outlaw gang, and you did that to them, I don't know. I can't really say, but I don't think you mess with people that can mess with you back. That's what it all boils down to. I think that you're wrong for hurting people in the sense of having me harassed for 6 years. You have sucked 6 years out of my life. I could have been doing something different with that time. But no, I got to constantly look over my shoulder and wonder when you're going to walk off with my family. But at the same time, you've made me and my husband frightened to be parents. I mean, we love our kids dearly, but we would have loved to have enjoyed it instead of having to be frightened the whole time. It's like, you know, if my daughter got sick, I'd be like, okay, let me take her to the hospital right away. Let me get the paperwork. Let me get all the information. But it was like in a fearful way. Hey, she just got sick 2 minutes ago. Let me run her to the hospital now. It was like fearful instead of just saying, what can I do? How can I see if I can do anything? It's like a whole different way. And I just got tired of feeling frightened. And I do have to say something. The foster parents did lose our children. And the reason was because my daughter got her face burnt. This woman put a hot towel on my daughter's burnt face and peeled the skin off of it. And then took my child to the emergency room and waited around for an hour or more. And then got impatient and left the emergency room just to go all the way back home. And then that's when CPS was called. Now, she's supposed to be a woman who studies children with special needs. She's supposed to be a woman with a PhD. She's supposed to be smart and brilliant. And she's supposed to be the savior of our lives. But yet, she loses her own children. This woman loses her own children to the state, loses her license to be a foster mom. Okay? But she was supposed to be better than me and my husband put together. Okay? So to me, it's like, wow, you chose her, CPS. And you got an incompetent person looking after our children. And now we have another set of parents looking after our children. And, you know, it's like we do go see our children once a month. But the problem is we're harassed. We're like told that we can't feed our kids right away. We're told that like we can't even just be like doing what we did as a family. Say if my son wants to go outside and throw a ball with daddy, and I want to put some classical music on for my daughter so she can dance for me. It's like, no, you can't go outside and throw that ball. And by the way, it's either the kids have to stay inside or outside, but we don't trust you to be alone with your kid for even 5 minutes. It's not like I have $1 million and I can run away with my kid, or $5 million and run to a whole nother state and get the heck out of Dodge. No. It's like my daughter loves to listen to her beautiful classical music. And the only thing she wants to do is dance. And it's like, why can't my son go outside with his father and throw a ball? Why do we all have to go out when she clearly does not want to go out? She wants to listen to her Marietta music. But it's a nightmare because you have some guy sitting in a corner writing down everything that happens. It's like, you know, hey, you're doing this wrong. You really have no control over your kids. It's like, just a minute. When we're all living in our house, our 3-bedroom apartment together, if my son wanted to go out and play ball, if my daughter wanted to go on the swing, if my daughter wanted to go dancing, we would allow that to happen. We gave our kids freedom to do whatever they wanted to do, but it was a healthy way of just doing things. If they did things separately, that's what they did. It's like sometimes my daughter would want to dance to her Frank Sinatra music. Okay? She likes good old classic songs like Somewhere Over the Sea. Okay? My son's a little bit different. You know, he likes to listen to Puff the Magic Dragon. So he'd be in his room listening to Puff the Magic Dragon, playing with his toys. My daughter would be in her room listening to Frank Sinatra, and she'd be dancing. That's 2 separate things, but that's what they like to do. If he didn't like a particular picture on the wall, they go, oh, he's knocking pictures off the wall. Well, let me tell you something. We put our son in charge of what pictures went into which room in our house. If he didn't like a picture in a room, he'd take it down and I'd say, where do you want it, Junior? And he'd want it in the next room, okay? At this house that we go and we meet at, he doesn't like that picture on the wall. He takes it down. They say, oh, you're not controlling your son. Well, just a minute. Ever since my boy's been a boy, he moves pictures, all right? So you act like it's a bad thing and you say, oh, she's got no control. But anyway, it's been a true nightmare. It's been a real nightmare. I mean, we keep dealing with CPS even though we no longer have the children. But we do see our children, but we've got to jump on a plane to go to Pasco. So that means we got to be on a plane about 7 o'clock. We got to leave our house about 6 o'clock. We get over there about 8:25. Then we have to rent a car and then drive to see the kids. I think it's more like 30 or 40 miles. We go, we see our kids for 4 hours. Then we got to go out. I guess me and my husband go out for lunch because we make sure our kids get everything first. But we do lunch after we see the kids. Then we got to wait around for another 2.5 hours just to get on a plane just to come back home. By the time we get home, we get home about 7 o'clock at night. We start off at 6 in the morning and we get home around 7. That's 13 hours for a 4-hour visit. Now, if they would have kept the kids over here, it would have been a hop, skip, and a jump. Maybe 10, 15-minute ride. But no, we have to spend 13 hours each and every month. It used to be twice a month. We used to go over there for 2-hour visits. Twice a month. It'd take us 13 hours for a 2-hour visit twice a month. Now it's once a month. It's 4-hour visit. You know? Do you think that's fair? Do you really think that's fair? And that judge said in court so cordially, do not move the kids out of this vicinity. And you know what? The kids have been moved 325 miles for over a year. And do you think she even acknowledges the fact that CPS broke the rules and moved the kids that far away? She just ignores it. CPS can do whatever they want to do. And I'm supposed to respect these people. They sit there and they break the rules. And it's okay. I'm supposed to follow them. How the hell am I supposed to look up to people that